Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today, counting down the last half hour until Monday Night Raw comes on Netflix. Make sure you jump into the waiting room before Netflix goes live with Raw. The beats that they be smacking, I love those beats, man. That gets me pumped up more than like when Nickelback was singing the theme back in the day. But as I'm, sort of flipping through Twitter, seeing what I missed throughout the day, to get caught up on it, Adam Pearce comes out on Twitter announcing a WrestleMania championship match. We have our Intercontinental Champion, Bron Breakker, going up against Penta, and then two members of the Judgment Day. We've got Dirty Dom Mysterio, as well as Finn Bálor. Last week, the Judgment Day, they were able to get a win in an Intercontinental Champion. No, well, it was a tag match featuring the Intercontinental Champion. I don't know really where I was going there. It's the first win that the Judgment Day has had, honestly, in a long while. If you're not counting Liv in the tag team division, it has not been going well for the Judgment Day. And Finn Balor was going crazy. Everything was coming up thin. They were back on pace. You could see Dom as well as Finn, coming back together after the win. But immediately, Liv Morgan has to be the one with a knife in the back, trying to cut up the Judgment Day. Honestly, I don't even know if she's really into Dom. I think she's kind of getting off on being the knife that's going to break up this group. And I think at the end, she's just gonna wipe her hands clean and walk away. It is kind of crazy what is going on there. Bron Breakker, a great Intercontinental Champion. I thought, honestly, when they did I think it was the Saturday night's main event match with Sheamus, I was okay with the fact that I thought Sheamus was going to beat him. And at least that was going to set up some sort of a rematch where Bron Breakker would be in the title hunt. I really think that WWE has major plans for Bron Breakker. There was that time period when he got brought up from NXT. He was, in the Royal Rumble, and then he didn't make a lot of appearances during the last days of the USA Network. And then there was so much really going on when Netflix first debuted Raw that he wasn't on every episode. And that's why I didn't pick him in that match. It was just like maybe he's just not a mainstream guy that they want to be pushing. But as of right now, I think he's the man. And I've liked him for a long time since I first saw him in NXT. He did get a big babyface champion push that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But once he finally lost the championship and he still was in NXT doing the Baron Corbin stuff, I think that's when he really developed his character of not having to be like the smiley, happy face, John Cena-like character. He got to just kind of be gritty. You didn't know, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he just, a little bit, these little strides, a share of gray going on there? At the end of the day, I think this match is about the Judgment Day, honestly, more than anything. I love Finn Balor. I've been a fan of his for a long time. I feel like I tell the same story each and every time I talk about him in a video. He is like the one guy that I thought was going to save wrestling around 2016. And when I was really going through a hard time in my life, through like 2016 to 17, Finn Balor was kind of the guy that I kept on pointing at. It was like, this is why I watch wrestling, is because I want to see what he's going to do. There is a lot of stuff that I kind of groan about, but, when Finn starts getting going, I really believe in it. And, he sort of got stuck in this place where he was fighting for, the United States Championships, Intercontinental Championships. He never really, was what I thought he was. But when they did that anniversary show in New York, and they had the Bálor Club, and they had DX, face off in the ring. Scott Hall was there as well. I was like, they are going to push this guy to the effing moon. It is just a waiting time period for when Triple H takes over. It felt like he was like the main guy doing that. It kind of seemed like Finn was the guy waiting in the weeds for Mr. McMahon to disappear. I don't think it's too late for it, man. I really, really don't. But Dom is a guy that honestly, I don't know, man. He seems like he's really cooled off. He doesn't get like the boos the second he touches the microphone anymore. It seems like he just kind of isn't the same character that he was. I think that Dom is going to win this match, and I think that's going to be the kind of the thing that pushes him ahead. The Judgment Day has always been a group that doesn't have any leaders. Everyone is equals. But the second Dom gets that championship, something that they've been hunting for a while, he's going to be a little bit ahead in the pecking order over Finn Balor. And I can sort of see, Liv, doing her little mariachi thing, sort of pulling the strings a little bit. I think I said mariachi, but I think those things are called marionettes. The little puppet strings, I guess you can say. But I think when she does that, I think that's where basically Dom is going to bring in a new member. I really don't know if it's going to be another veteran, kind of like Carlito, or if they have somebody that is kind of young on the roster. They bring in, maybe they get somebody out of the LWO that's really not doing anything or something like that gives them a little bit more mainstream exposure. I'm not really quite sure, but they've been hinting at a new member for a long time. And I think that's basically going to be when Finn Balor gets his exit. And then I hope, he can squish the Judgment Day, move on, maybe get in that Intercontinental title hunt, if not even, that world title picture that I've been hoping for a long, long time. I didn't really talk about him that much. This is Penta's first WrestleMania. A guy that, just came into the company, I believe. I can't remember if it was January or February. For him already to be on the WrestleMania card in the Intercontinental Championship picture, that they think the world of this guy. They've been looking for, a mass superstar to sort of take over the reins for Rey Mysterio. They keep this guy around on the roster. I don't know if he's feuding with New Day anymore or really what is going on. Sometimes I don't even know that he's hurt. He's not on the main roster. He's on the IR. Dragon Lee looked like somebody they wanted to do it with. They sure the hell were pushing Kalisto like crazy 9-10 years ago. They've just been really looking for that one guy to take over and fill that role. I did see somebody picking him to win the match. I don't know. I just think this is about the Judgment Day. Be really surprised if Dom doesn't get the win. That's who I'm picking. Dom Mysterio.